Chapter 1, Cautions and Comparisons, How to Burn $1 Million a Night. The traditional model of work, where people trade their time for money, is flawed and unsustainable. People should focus on creating automated sources of income that require minimal time and effort. People have achieved unconventional forms of success, such as a man who made a fortune selling Mexican pottery on eBay. Retirement is outdated and an unrealistic goal. People should aim for mini retirements throughout their lives, rather than saving up for a distant retirement that may never come. The pursuit of wealth and success can be dangerous if it is not tempered with a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Someday is a disease that will take your dreams to the grave with you. Most people will choose unhappiness over uncertainty. Chapter 2, Rules that Change the Rules. Everything popular is wrong. Many of the common assumptions about work and productivity are outdated and ineffective. People should focus on the 20% of activities that generate 80% of their results, rather than trying to do everything. Question the rules and norms of your industry and think creatively about how to achieve your goals. Doing something unimportant well does not make it important. Chapter 3, Dodging Bullets, Fear Setting and Escaping Paralysis. Fear setting involves identifying and addressing one's fears in order to take action towards one's goals. People should focus on the worst-case scenario and develop a plan for how to deal with it. This can help to alleviate anxiety and make it easier to take action. Take small steps towards their goals, rather than waiting for the perfect moment or outcome. Take responsibility for one's own life and not blaming external circumstances for one's lack of progress. Most fears can be overcome with systemic action. What you do is infinitely more important than how you do it. Efficiency is still important, but it is useless unless applied to the right things. A person's success in life can usually be measured by the number of uncomfortable conversations he or she is willing to have. What we fear doing most is usually what we most need to do. Chapter 4, System Reset, Being Unreasonable and Unambiguous. People should be unreasonable in setting their goals, rather than limiting themselves based on what they think is possible or realistic. People should focus on creating systems and processes that allow them to achieve their goals with minimal effort. The goal is not to simply eliminate the bad, but to pursue and experience the best in the world. Being busy is a form of laziness, lazy thinking, and indiscriminate action. Focus on being productive instead of busy. The concept of the minimum effective dose involves doing the minimum amount necessary to achieve a desired result. The best results I have had in my life, the most enjoyable times, have all come from asking the simple question, what is the worst that could happen? Chapter 5, The End of Time Management, Illusions and Italians. The traditional approach to time management is flawed because it encourages people to do more, rather than focusing on what is truly important. People should focus on being effective, rather than efficient. This means focusing on the activities that generate the most results, rather than trying to do everything. The concept of batching involves grouping similar activities together in order to increase efficiency. Outsource tasks that are not essential to their goals, in order to free up time and focus on what is truly important. Take breaks and prioritize relaxation in order to maintain productivity and prevent burnout. Being busy is a form of laziness, lazy thinking, and indiscriminate action. Never automate something that can be eliminated, and never delegate something that can be automated or streamlined. Chapter 6, The Low Information Diet, Cultivating Selective Ignorance. Most information is useless or even harmful, and that people should be selective about what they consume. The author suggests that people should focus on the vital few sources of information that provide the most value, rather than consuming everything. Selective ignorance involves deliberately ignoring certain types of information in order to reduce stress and increase productivity. The difference between the top performers and everyone else is that they know what not to do and stop doing it. Chapter 7, Interrupting Interruption and the Art of Refusal. Interruptions can be detrimental to productivity because they disrupt flow and require time to refocus. The interruption takes a lot longer than the time consumed by the interruption itself. People should be proactive in preventing interruptions by setting boundaries and communicating them clearly to others. Examples of boundaries include setting aside specific times for phone calls or meetings, and turning off email and social media notifications. Use an autoresponder to manage email and let people know when you will be available to respond. Learn to say no to requests and invitations that are not essential to your goals or values. Examples of how to say no include suggesting alternative solutions, delegating the task to someone else, or simply declining the request politely. Chapter 8: Outsourcing Life, Offloading the Rest and a Taste of Geo-Arbitrage. Outsourcing can be done on a personal level, such as hiring a virtual assistant to manage emails and scheduling, or on a business level, such as outsourcing customer service or manufacturing. People should focus on their strengths and delegate or outsource tasks that they are not good at or do not enjoy. Tasks that can be outsourced include bookkeeping, website design, and social media management. Geo-arbitrage involves taking advantage of differences in cost of living and exchange rates to live a higher quality of life for less money, including working remotely while living in a lower-cost country, or hiring virtual assistants from countries with lower labor costs. The key to successful outsourcing is to minimize your time investment while maximizing the output you receive. Outsourcing is not a one-time event, it is an ongoing process that requires continuous improvement. Chapter 9: Income Autopilot I, Finding the Muse. A muse should be a product or service that can be sold online and that can be automated as much as possible. Potential muses include e-commerce websites, information products, and affiliate marketing. The importance of identifying a market need or desire, and create a product or service that can meet that need or desire in a unique way. The best way to create customers is to be everywhere they want you to be. Use tools like Google AdWords and SEO to drive traffic to the Muse website, and using A/B testing to optimize conversion rates. Outsource as much of the Muse creation and management process as possible in order to free up time and focus on other activities. Chapter 10: Income Autopilot 2, Testing the Muse. Test and experiment in the Muse creation process, and use tools like Google AdWords and landing pages to test different product or service ideas and marketing approaches. Create a minimum viable product (MVP) that can be tested with a small group of potential customers in order to gauge interest and identify areas for improvement. Use tools like SurveyMonkey and gather feedback from potential customers to refine the product or service offering. Create a sales funnel that can guide potential customers from initial awareness to eventual purchase. A successful muse requires only the ability to set and achieve targets that move you forward and the wisdom to avoid being sidetracked by the many distractions that life will throw your way. The end. Subscribe at Books.